This is the Benjamin Zulu Global. Welcome our viewers from all over the world to the home of the Heart Matters. We're converging to learn together because when you know better, you can do better. And a better life is what we all want. Better work life, better family life, better personal life.
The hour that you've been waiting for, my dear listener, is already here. And in studio, I am with Benjamin Zulu. Remember, I told you that we are talking about the breeding ground of toxic relationships, all right? And by the way, Benjamin has done a book, okay? Guess the title of the book, How to Recognize and Deal with Toxic Relationships. That is exactly the book that Benjamin has written, by the way. A very, very beautiful book, and that is why we are talking about this today, my dear listener. Most of us are suffering in our relationships. Most of us are suffering in our marriages. We don't know why, but Benjamin has put it in a book, and that is why we are talking about it. Before I get to Benjamin, there is one statement that Benjamin has written here that has caught my attention, my dear listener. And Benjamin says that the only way to dodge this bullet of toxicity is to know what it looks like and the speed at which it is approaching your life. Benjamin.
I opened at random on page 72 and 73.
Yes.
To recognize toxic relationships is somebody who comes at you with the vibe of getting a child. Get pregnant for me. Right. Let's get a child first, so that when I go to parents, they don't obstruct. You know, people build those kind of reasons. I was telling ladies that if a man is talking like that, remember he's throwing in. Let's get pregnant so that I marry you, because he realizes you're desperate for marriage yourself. He's dangling that carrot so that it can lower you to a place where he can use you, because a child is permanent entanglement. You can use that as a perpetual opening to your life. And we say that you should not allow people's poor planning to become an emergency for you.
Thank you.
If they wanted a child, that emergency, they should have gotten the child by last year, after getting a wife by the previous year, after dating by the previous year. And if they are late, the best they can do now is to follow procedure. And we concluded that part by saying children are supposed to be the fruit of marriage, not the root of it.
Thank you. Fruit,
not the root. Don't marry because a child has come. Don't marry because you must get pregnant for me. Children are a gift, not a guarantee.
Alright.
You may marry and you don't get them. The reason we marry is for companionship. It's not for getting children. They are a gift, and nobody assures you you'll be given the discount. You purchase what you wanted to purchase. The commodity we sell in marriage is companionship.
Okay.
Not fertility. Those things come from God, and you may have them or may not have them.
True.
You know. And those people are also desperate for children, also tend to be choosy with gender. You may get children and they are not satisfied with that gender. So you continue getting, so that you're trying to give them the gender they want. Don't get to the rat race. I want to marry a friend. We journey through life together, trusting God to give us if we want child. And if we can't get a child, let's adopt. And I told women that if you feel like your biological clock is going and you should get a child before you get married, adopt. If you adopt, you solve a problem instead of creating one. You give a homeless child a home. Instead of creating a human being to an incomplete situation, to your desperation and emptiness and void, with another human being who is not available, and the child needed stability, you purposefully created a problem for another person to solve your own. You're very narcissistic and short-sighted and selfish. There's nothing as disastrous to a child to have been gotten to fix a problem.
Thank you.
And your mother tells you, later tutakulelea, you just get the child and bring home. You seem stagnant, and we want to prove that you are also normal. You're not homosexual. So what you do, and whoever is advising you is a cheerleader of a church group to go and fornicate. My brother, our today's Christianity is very mixed up. So here we have the first sign of this will be a toxic relationship is when a person comes at you with the vibe of a child. And many times they introduce that topic because you have allowed fornication to begin with. If you had made it clear that your standards are sex only for marriage, they will not even have leeway to go there.
Thank you.
You know. And remember, anytime you fall into sin, into compromise to get married, you have to stay in compromise to keep it. Whatever it took you to get it, it will take that to keep it. Remember that. Where you went to get it, you'll have to stay there to keep it. You went to compromise, you'll have to stay there. Today many people are trying to drag the marriage back to God. After they sneaked away to get it. So they're dragging.
Back to God.
And if you're a Christian, be afraid, because Christians are very afraid and traumatized of the word divorce. So you better not marry carelessly, because the church will not help you.
Yeah. It is true.
They don't care where you go to. They say God hates divorce. So they don't care whether God was in this marriage. They don't go to that far by the way.
Yes.
They hope you did your due diligence, and by the time you called it marriage, you knew what you were doing.
Yeah.
So they wait at the end here, and they celebrate on the wedding and eat rice and eat cake. Whether you're married wrong or right, we may as well enjoy. Yes. And they celebrate. Christians are at a higher risk.
Yeah.
Because there are a lot of repercussions, and if you're a Christian, worker, woe to you. But you have to resign, go look for another career. You have to, your career will crumble. Some people are in marriage because the marriage and the career
They intertwined.
Your reputation as a family man is dependent on where we're working with you.
Yeah.
If you can't manage your family, we excuse you a little bit. We don't call it excommunication, but please step aside a little bit to sort your mess. So, if you're a Christian, be doubly careful. Doubly careful.
Yeah.
Because the community wants to uphold the family values, and they don't care about 3 words. Which are a deal breaker for you, but they don't use them. They don't even use them in a happiness. You care about happiness. You can't tell today's society you're divorcing because you're unhappy.
It's true.
Who told you everything is happy? Even us, we are whether you're stressed or grinding or depressed. And the other thing is growth. This person doesn't grow. Okay, you see, you have to be patient.
Growth is gradual.
While for you a person is stuck 10 years back, you can't converse, you can't connect, you can't move, you can't discuss, you can't even feel them.
Yeah.
Bramwell, even intimacy and sex is mental.
Yeah.
The moment we can't connect mentally, even your nervous system will refuse to respond. And then you start saying, this guy has erectile dysfunction. But it keeps lasting after other women. So this erectile dysfunction is context specific. It is person specific. So, and let me tell you the truth. Many times the thing you don't hear society talking about is what will kill you quietly, and they will bury you and eat rice. Be careful with society and rice. They always eat rice, whether they're burying you or they're burying you.
They will eat rice
and sing a hymn. To conclude. Be careful.
Exactly.
And the other sign of a toxic relationship. Today we are discussing, this book is discussing relationships about with the lovers, but also at workplace, and with your family, relatives.
Yes.
And the least spoken of is with your church. Sometimes you can't tell where is the checks and balances. And today I wrote an article and told people, when it comes to pledging money in particular, pledges are a bad idea.
Pledges are bad.
From a financial management point of view, avoid pledging, because pledges are debt. You're creating a debt.
Exactly.
A consumer debt, not an investment debt. Consumer debts are a bad idea in a development. Why? Generally, consumer loans are not well planned. This money is not yours, and it has been sent to you in a chunk, and it has a cost, and it has a timeline for repayment, and it has a pressure for repayment, and you're supposed to use it now and make sure it comes back. That's why you don't take loans to start a business that we have not proven. You only take a loan to grow a business that we have already piloted and proven the momentum and demand. You don't take a loan to go set up a business unless you're very naive. Only naive people are applying loans to go and try chicken farming, pig farming, to buy a posho meal in a village. To supply avocado, my friend. You try those things with your savings. With small money. So I was telling about pledges and saying, I realized in many places when there's a project in church, you're being encouraged to pledge and do that. Avoid those loans, because you should use savings so that you can budget the money in a conscious way. When the money you don't have it, when it's a pledge, you're not consciously budgeted for it. You're borrowed from the future. Borrowing from the future is a characteristic of the poor, the mismanager, the unenlightened, the perpetually broke.
They borrow from the future.
Please. You don't do that.
Yeah.
Use savings. Okay, they will say they're applying their faith, but you can also apply your faith by earning the money first.
Yes. To avoid borrowing from the future.
Yes. Many people wanted to run away after they promise in the impulse, in the spur of the moment.
Yeah.
They promise a lot. They realize they were promised and they ran away.
Yeah.
And the Ecclesiastes told them God does not like the vows of fools. Better not to vow. So learn to be more silent. When conversations of money and pledges are going on, you may appear not cooperative. That's a small price to pay. One guy pledged his car and ran away and took it away again.
Look at that.
This power of the moment, and you hear this guy saying they pledged and this worked for them and the other one. Some of these things you can't verify.
Yeah.
In church you must trust. You can't send an auditor to confirm whether the guy you said actually last year when he came he was this one and now
You have to trust. Yeah.
Be careful.
Yeah.
Don't be carried by. And when Moses told people to bring so that they can build a tabernacle, there's a time God told Moses to ask guys to come, but there are two conditions that we keep forgetting. To them to give each according to the way their heart moves them.
All right.
And to give from what they have. They were giving what they have, not what they hope to get in future. And they were giving how their hearts move them. Today we are being told to move according to another person. They even give you amounts today. Bramwell, we are portioning 200,000. Bramwell and your wife. You're supposed to give how your heart moves you.
Yes.
And the other thing is, you give what you have. From what you have. You can say, I'll hope to accumulate this amount that I can take it to. You can operate, that space is allowed.
Yeah.
But the duress is not allowed. Remember, Proverbs 27 told you to take heed. Count your stocks, count your flocks.
Yeah.
So that in tomorrow, your household, there will be milk for your household and food for your family. It told you to be prudent and practical. Don't make impulsive decisions with money. So many of our relationships today, we are struggling because you are an overgiver in church. And whenever we had planned a project, I realized you've already given the money and I should not question it lest I'm opposing your God.
Yeah.
Many people are disagreeing over money because you have a person who is influencing you heavily. And I realize when you've already given away the family money. And now I have to lift the weight and keep quiet so that I don't talk against
your God. This is true.
Another related toxicity is a person who is financially mismanaged. And let me warn you, brother, because most gentlemen don't check that part about women.
Okay.
You come prepared to give because you told you the man gives, the man pays, the man takes charge. And so you show up here equipped to take charge. So you never check this woman's financial discipline. Only today she's deep in debt. She's a serial borrower. You didn't look that bad because you are in all this euphoria. God, I have fallen in love. I have found the one. And then you are making all of us happy. I brought someone. But you have not checked. Yes. I must keep repeating this because it will save your life.
Yeah.
You can't read a woman when she's in front of you in a full sexual flare.
Thank you.
You can't.
Yeah.
You can't. 3 things are your friends. 3 mirrors. 1 is a distance.
Yeah.
After you've fallen in love, step back and look closely at what you saw with perspective. When she's not whispering in your ear, oh my God, you're so sweet. Disconnect the phone. Avoid darkness excites your feelings with a bedroom atmosphere. So I must suggest you make this thought at 10 a.m.
Distant darkness.
One mirror is step back and review this.
Yeah.
Discuss with a sober friend what you're feeling or what you're observing. The other mirror you're going to use is the feedback from people who are seeing her in perspective in social action.
You're right.
Feedback. See how they're praising or quiet. Please. Most people will not criticize and say directly how badly she is. They will keep quiet and eerie silence.
Yeah.
And I told you to read the mother's face the moment she learns you are the one. If you see pity, run. If you see relief, run. If you see an unexplainable excitement, run. You should see a balance of diligence and a desire to know you. Meaning this is a true investment she's entrusting you with.
Yeah.
This is a part of her life. And she wants to know what kind of, and she even welcomes you with a desire to know you. Wise people don't run away when they want to learn you. Only the village fools, you greet them and they run away, they answer you badly. You should look who is actually talking to know what kind of engagement to apportion them. You don't play hard to get by running away, by talking trash. You play hard to get by having high standards. When you have standards, you cross-check everything you're being offered vis-a-vis those standards. You don't look away.
Yeah.
Don't run away. This guy has been pursuing me for 2 years. Have you turned back to see what is actually pursuing you? It could be a tuk-tuk. And then you think you're very valuable because somebody has been pursuing you. Not everything pursuing you loves you. Can you ask the antelope? To pursue everything, but is it out of love? Some people pursue you because they want to eat you, and you think it's always about love. Can you grow up? Always check who is talking to you.
Yeah.
So this mother is checking, who is this? What am I giving my dearest treasured daughter?
Yeah.
Who am I entrusting them to? And you hear journeys of other people they disqualified. People, when they know when they're giving, they're able to say no. But when they realize you are a treasure, and there's a decent son who's showing interest in our otherwise gone case daughter.
Otherwise gone case.
Be careful.
Yeah.
When there's too many discounting and hurrying, and the in-laws start calling you. No, ordinary in-laws will not call you.
Yeah.
They will not. The moment they start buzzing your phone, you are a rescuer. Run. Normally, even after I get married, they are never on your case.
Yeah.
The relationship remains African decency. We talk from occasion to occasion, but we are not in each other's space. There's a respect in African context between in-laws that we do not too much get into each other's business, and I'm always borrowing money from you, calling you directly. No, there's that respect that remains, and I always use my wife to reach my in-laws. She uses me to reach her in-laws here. She can talk to mom here and there, but there's never that familiarity. It is indecent in African context. So anytime a person doesn't respect that, is dangerous. So the toxicity is a person who does not manage their money. And I told you, the other thing you shall check, you as a guy, when you're considering a girl and you're already fallen under her charm, and you're already in Song of Songs, sending her verses at night, how you could not sleep and she's the cause. If you're already in that thing of feeling and wanting, the third thing, I've given you 3 mirrors. One is a distance and a conversation with a friend. When you're not hypnotized by her eyes and her sexuality and voluptuous body and poetry and darkness and night and bedroom and stars and moon and all those things, brothers like you see. They have their place. Okay, there's a place we should praise. There's that place, but don't stay there.
Yes.
Any woman can mesmerize you. Nearly any woman who you find appealing can mesmerize you.
That is true.
Now we are looking for character. One of them is check feedback from the workmate, from the friends she has. What are they commenting? What be discerning? If there is silence, this could be a very cold person. Could be very mean and stingy. If you can't see anybody she mentored, impacted in her life, helped to shape life, correct behavior, straighten, who are you bringing? A wife should be a manager before you can entrust her with your family. What has she managed in the previous? In interviews, they ask what you have done to prove that you can do this.
Exactly.
Why are you not asking the same question? This is also an interview. What kind of interview is this? Check feedback from society, and check. Use the distance, and finally peep into her personal life. Is her house tidy? That may seem small, but the way her house looks is the way your home will look. You are now hiring the official home manager. I'm sorry to inform you, the one in front of you is the official home manager. If you can't see neatness and a near perfection with tidiness, I'm not saying you must be perfection or expect that there is no that. I'm saying a sensitivity that is better than yours.
Okay. Sensitivity that is better than mine.
I knew she's the one who she corrected my dressing. I had already put my silent condition. I know I'm terrible at dressing. Today she gave me such a nice shirt. I said I don't wear it. I just want to enjoy it. This one. Because I was keen when choosing. I knew I'm horrible. I want a girl who will correct me. Who will see a lot of room for improvement. I did my best. You don't need to look dirty or you have not combed, you have not groomed. No, be respectful. When you're meeting a person you respect, you try your best. But after I've tried my best, I know it will still be D+. That's how I know she's the one. So when she started upgrading and giving suggestion here and there and coming with a better cloth, a better shirt, she found it somewhere, I came with it. And that, now I knew, now I have it. Because I will need help here. Not all brothers are like me. Some brothers are very handsome. They can even assist the wife in dressing. Does not need meaning. But there's a place he too needs help. And when it comes to home management in particular, brothers are too busy to clean the home, arrange the sofa set, design the clean this, arrange this. Brothers, and their first job is to provide for the family. It's not to keep the home. And even when the wife has a more advantageous job, we said if your wife is earning more, it should not be because she's. It should be because she's. Let me give you how to remember it. Your wife can earn more, but it's not because she's working more than you. It's because her job is more advantageous at this season in life. Some jobs are more fertile, like a farm. You do the same amount of work, it yields more. It has better fertile, just a better opportunity, better employer. It's not because she's working more. You must always work more than your wife. If you're not getting as much, you should always be seen to be hands-on, engaged. We are not saying you should be a workaholic or absent from family. No, we are saying you're balanced, and we see you out there in the trenches. Your woman already has another job that is unpaid. Childbearing. Brother, you don't get pregnant. If we need to go that basic, I need to go that basic. Because there are many people addicted with 50-50. 50 where? You don't get pregnant. Where is the 50?
It can't be 50.
You don't have emotional cycle. Where is the 50?
No 50.
The Sunday does not expect you to cook for us, clean the home, spread the bed, carry a man at night. Where is the 50?
No 50.
So your woman has another job. Working for money is her second job.
Thank you.
She will help you, but sometimes she can't work. She has a longer maternity leave. Can you go and ask the constitution writers why they gave the woman? If you think there is 50-50, go check.
It is in the constitution.
She has longer maternity leave because that childbearing thing. And even if you guys are not in the childbearing stage, still she's expected to monitor the emotional progression of her family and what will you wear tomorrow, what do people eat. Even arranging, when you were a bachelor, it was a headache to plan what to eat. You never used to plan anyway. It was a reactionary. Unapitia kwa mama mboga, you eat what is remaining. You know, the bachelors don't ask for a particular kind of meal. They ask what is there. So other people ask what they eat, as we ask
what is available. What has remained?
Other hotels, they already know what Brahman eats. And when you arrive, they greet you with the familiarity. Oh, my brother, how was the day? Unfortunately, your recipe has run out. What is that? Okay, let me just... I was queuing by the Aluya guy, and he found that ugali had gotten finished. There was only chapati and beans. So he said, there's no ugali. Okay, just give me 7 chapatis, I go sleep hungry. So you will take 7 chapatis and go sleep
hungry.
Because there's no ugali. Some people know what to eat. Because of your work, and you're at entry level of your job. Single people are given every task at work because they're available. So family people excuse themselves. Send Brahma, my child, my family, yes, single people. It's okay, take the trip to Mombasa, my brother. See the country, this is your season. So they give you a ticket, they give you a hotel, and you are enjoying also, roving around. So many single hard working bachelors and spinsters have a lot of work from their companies because they're interested in more duties. A toxic person is financially mismanaged, and even if you marry them and they are loving and they're sincere, they don't cheat, they don't drink, they don't party, they don't have baby mama drama, baby daddy drama, but they are in loans and sinking and making bad decisions and addicted to something to do with money. Money itself can get an addiction without gambling. Without gambling. Some people ask me what's wrong with their son because he has conned all of them. He has successfully scammed all of them. He opened an M-Pesa thinking he's doing business. Only to realize it was a way to trap all of them. Or whenever you want, I can just top you up. You will bring the money. So he created that trust that you can drop you bring the money later. Until it reached a point, you too, you can leave the money, you deposit you later. And then he disappeared with other people's money.
Look at that.
There are delays in our systems and he disappeared with people's money. My cash deliverers are not coming. Do you have some cash? It's okay, I will return. Just give me 200. And they were all scammed hundreds of thousands using a money market thing. That the business will run. And the wondering why does it doesn't drink, they don't have a proof that he has other women, they don't have proof that he has. What is it? The money itself
is addictive.
Yes. Without other attachments. We always thought you can get addicted through money if you're using it to buy a drug, using it to give women or to gambling or casino. They track his movements. Yes, no casino. No secret woman. But he lives a silent, lavish lifestyle. Lavish and low-key.
Okay.
That he has some rules that he can't drink a beer that is below 5,000. That is below his class. And he wears designer labeled. When you look at his emailing address, he has so many parcels he has ordered from Amazon for Enkarasha. And he has a Gucci bag. And he has only 3 shoes, which total 70,000.
Wow.
to ask the total of your 10 shoes, but this guy has only 3. I don't interfere with their self-esteem, but there was this guy. Some people's standards can really affect your self-esteem.
Yes.
So to avoid that heat, to avoid the comparison,
this guy has 3 shoes.
Only 3 pairs of shoes. And they costed 70,000. He has kept the receipts as a memento, a reminder that you mortals should know how to make purchases.
Yes.
Things that speak about class. Meanwhile, he's scamming people hundreds of thousands. His car, every now and then, needs a service of 100,000. We don't know what he does with that kind of service. But he must go to Toyota Kenya. You know, Germany machines,
yes.
and you know, and particular car is clean. So there's nothing glaring with his life.
Yeah.
But I showed them in daylight. But here it is. What are you looking for? Even his headphone is imported from France, and it was designed in 1902 by the legendary radio. Everything is an artifact. Everything that man has, even a shirt. What he has a history. Never you want to know the trouser he's wearing?
Yes.
Sit down for a story. The history of pants, and when they were called from the US during World War II. So he has a very expensive lifestyle, but it's silent. They can't see it. You know, the car looks ordinary, but the wheels attached there.
Yeah.
Were designed by Audi. And the rims were the racing version 2 of the third Safari Rally version, and particularly this was driven by my brother.
Look at that. Silent.
Addiction with money because of an unrealistic lifestyle and a philosophy of life that is impossible and detached from reality, impatient with slow growth and dishonest about his situation in life and inflexible to grow. One toxicity people overlook is money mismanagement. For you, particularly men, because you're very disadvantaged in reading women.
Yeah.
They smile, charm you, talk your language, and you are sweet.
Yeah.
And because you are honest, you think she'll also be honest. If you treat her right, she'll treat you right back. Men are very naive.
Men, we are naive.
You think if you are true, she'll also be true. No, she will be herself. She won't be true.
All right.
When you treat a woman right, she will not treat you right. She'll treat you how she is.
Perfect. Wow.
Sincere brothers continue mistaking beauty for sincerity. But I love her so much. So what does your love have to do with her character? She will be herself. She will be herself. Your goodness notwithstanding.
Yeah.
So you have to stop mirroring and study the specimen in front of you.
Yeah.
And as I told you, from my experience, it was nearly impossible to see a woman in 3D. They show you one side and you're fixated. Every time you're visiting, she knows you're coming. She has called 5 cleaners to clean her house to the T. You have to be sneaky and pop in without notice. One day, just happened to drop by carrying a shopping. Oh, you know, I was not sure that I'll pass by. Are you around at the gate? You told her to just peep, get a glance. What you see in that house, that's the true picture.
Right.
Brother, you should be trying to peep the house, not the inner way.
Yeah.
You know, brothers are peeping at the wrong things.
And forgetting the right
Send me something sexy.
People the right things.
Do a video call unexpectedly.
Yeah.
To show you the background in the house.
That is who she is.
Watch how she eats. Some things you're not likely to suspect women is overeating, gluttony. One brother had a date that was very difficult because the girl devoured food, several plates. You know, big hotels don't serve indecent amounts of food.
As opposed to the ones you're used to.
But some of these people are eating pornographic amounts, heaps. And when they're eating, they're very busy. They get excited. Before food, they were cool, reserved, and you see, me too. When the menu arrives, okay. So, do you have salmon? And you said you have fish, okay. And this one is, can I get food? She lost herself. 8. Take sisters for lunch as soon as you're interested to see that side.
Okay.
So that you can get eaten only once.
Not twice, once.
That's a side you're not likely to suspect.
Yeah.
And even she pretends, I'm not saying people should be fake. I'm just saying some people have indecent eating habits. Indecent. Did you know overeating causes a smelly mouth? I heard the dental oral expert explain. Say, heaped food becomes bad smell. When it is heaped and digestion is too slow because of too much heaping. The appetite around food, many people have never controlled it.
Yeah.
They've never controlled it. And they have not matured. Some of things, even you as a brother, I have told sisters to avoid. I saw one who cannot kiss him at the wedding because he's too smelly in his mouth. How did you date to this point when it's such a glaring chemistry problem?
Yeah.
Your chemistry is petty. The same way your appetite is petty. If the food is good, but there's a house fly. If you happen to see the cook wiping his mouth, wiping a nose while he's... Will you like the food? No. So why are you ignoring such things also when it comes to appetite for love? They're the same.
Yeah.
Chemistry and appetite are petty. Some things can be learned when a person is open to learning.
Yeah.
You can teach them some of the habits you can learn. Some brothers are picking their nose. Weird. And you can go, if they're teachable, you teach them.
You teach them.
But there's a minimum level of distance you need for marriage to work. You'll be embarrassed publicly. Some people are too much insecurities. The other sign of a toxic relationship is if a person seems to be okay, we say you don't marry people in a hurry and they are being pushed by something you don't know.
Yeah.
Some people are being pressured by their mothers. That when they see you, they hope you are the one.
Yeah.
And you get the vibe of being cornered.
The vibe of being cornered.
After the date, she texts you. So what's next?
Yes.
You get the idea that she's on pressure from some place.
Yeah.
We said, especially if you're dating when you're ready now for settling. Brothers, I recommend we date in our 30s, all of us. Sisters, start in your 20s. But if you have to heal from trauma, don't rush, take your time.
Yeah.
If you have to go through some cycles of recollecting yourself from the scattered way you were raised, take your time. If you feel like your career path is long, some of our careers were winding.
Yeah.
Some people's careers were straightforward. Primary goes to media school, studies media, goes to act media.
Yeah. Straight.
Benjamin goes to law and he's supposed to become a life coach, but now he's in law class. 5 and ground back now to start psychology.
Meandering and winding.
Because of lack of clarity and where I was going and who I was,
yes.
It's a lot of guesswork. I couldn't date when I was that confused.
Yeah.
I was in law school not knowing, but knowing this is not it, but close to it, but not it. You can't date when you're not sure where you are.
Yeah.
Where are you taking that person? For that reason, I had a lot of feelings, attraction to women, but I avoided promising anything. Because if you're marrying an advocate, then I change. You'll be resentful towards me the rest of our life. You'll never support our career. It took away from you the status you wanted of marrying a lawyer.
Yeah.
So people have sworn with their grandmothers that they'll marry a lawyer. Here I am, unsure. Let me take my time.
Take your time.
You know, many people who married pastors, they sworn that they will never marry a pastor, but they married a pastor when he was a decent, another job, stable, somewhere.
Yes.
Then you go to this other faith-based career. They feel a calling. And many people, they work themselves until now they enjoy it.
Yeah.
All of you are together. But I'm saying you can change careers midlife to another thing you're not anticipated. But if we are in the river now, we are rowing the boat together, we'll feel it together. I do not lie to you when I'm not sure. If you find me being happy in my career, and if you're also happy, and where we are, then let us start feeling a need for change. We support it. By now I know you.
Yeah.
We judge careers because you don't know who is wearing that career. We only see the career. I don't want a banker. You know, she works so long hours. I'm so strict. You only see in bank. When you come to know the girl, you realize now you know her.
Yeah.
And her personality. And she's so fluid and she's growing and she's on the move and she can evolve to anything. And bank is not just bank. It's not everybody dealing with money. There are IT people in bank. There are marketing people in bank. There are lawyers in bank. So banking is a community. It may have a lot to do with money and banking, but it has other societies.
Yeah.
Somebody is just working with communities and groups and societies. So you stop that narrow-minded of calling people bankers. Again, law is also very wide. Some people don't go to court and they're lawyers.
Yeah.
They do conveyancing. They sell land. They process file. When you're outside, you're narrow.
Yeah.
Lawyers are very argumentative. Only to realize there's another teacher who's more argumentative than
the lawyer. Talking about Benjamin, there is a mistake that is something that we always ignore sometimes. When you meet somebody who has accomplished in the corporate world,
yes.
So we tend to imagine that the same energy it took them to accomplish to climb the corporate ladder, so it is the same energy it will take them to put the marriage together.
Imagine.
That is another flaw I've seen.
Do you know, when you find a person who has a well-established career, should appreciate that they have put energy in life, they've invested life, but should also question whether they're willing to invest similar amount of energy to build a marriage.
Thank you.
Many people marry and they leave you there. It was a short-term project to get married.
Yeah.
And once it is done, they go back to work.
Yeah.
Now you'll be seeing them in flashes. In the morning, a flash. Evening, a flash.
Yeah.
And that's the life. Weekend, they go to their friends. Many people are not willing to safeguard what they start. The rule is, whatever you are building, be prepared to protect, be prepared to grow with it, be prepared to stay with it. Marriage is not an institution. It's an institution in terms of setting, but it's a living organism that must be watered and fed and journeyed with and grown with. It's a vehicle you get in to drive together to your life.
Yeah.
We don't settle. We come together to start moving. Move. It's a promise that we must perform every day.
Yeah.
You don't come with that notion of we settle. We settle. Many people put more energy. Like now, primarily very vibrant. Yeah. If you are married, I would suggest that when you are this vibrant at your show, this is when you are at best, and this is when you are most admirable. This is when you are most attractive. This is when you are most vibrant. Don't take remnants of yourself to your wife.
Thank you.
You go home when you are tired and dead. When your jaws are aching. And you can hardly talk. How was your day? Good. How do you feel? Hungry. What next? Let me sleep. Then tomorrow you go to your view. Hey guys, we are here. So now the situation, the traffic. When you are falling, she's out of the picture.
Yeah.
Then you go back to her when you are dim. So you take your life to the world and take the remnants to your family. How will that family life flourish? Always share your shining moments with your loved ones.
Powerful.
In the days of the break, give them a call. Tell them, hey, it's going so well. We have this show. Oh, this one struggled. I'm still trying to fix it. And even a text, even a voice note, something. The way you visit the washroom. Don't say you have no time.
Yeah.
You have time for your biological needs.
Yeah.
You should also have time for your love.
You love to.
So please.
Thank you. As you're waiting up, Benjamin, we also have what you've called here interim lovers.
Yes.
A sign of toxicity.
Yes, and we said these are people who don't see a future with you, and they are aware of it, but they like you too much to leave you alone, and they're too unsure to commit.
All right.
They want to enjoy you while you last.
Yes. Yeah.
And they speak the language of love. Be careful with the word love. People lust after you say they love you.
Yeah.
Those who want what you have, they say they love you. Those who want to stay with you for the meantime, they say they love you.
They love you. True.
And we said the best way to avoid interim lovers is to date as a project with an end goal in mind.
Thank you.
Do not give benefits on the way. Don't give discounts. Don't lower your standards. Don't think when women say, we're in a serious relationship, they're saying that they started giving their all. The moment they call it serious, they've been hypnotized. Yeah. It's a code word for women. That I was fooled at this point. That's what they're saying. But they tell you it was a serious relationship.
All right.
There's nothing called serious relationship. Which one is not serious? Ask them as compared to?
As compared to what?
Is there anything like casual relationships in your life?
No.
So why are you so serious? To differentiate it from which ones? You're just telling me that you are unpacked along the way. Yeah. And the only excuse and illusion you build in your brain is that it's a serious relationship.
Right.
Always keep your goods for the right time. Keep them packed tightly.
Yeah.
Even if you're no longer a virgin, sex is more soulish.
Yeah.
Once you have known better, you must do better. You used to sleep with people and it never became a scandal when you are second year college.
Yeah.
Now you are HR in charge of 200 people. You think you can just fornicate and get away with it? You will be spread on WhatsApp groups and you will be embarrassed and you will pay a price.
True.
The higher you go, the higher the cost of stupid mistakes. You used to watch pornography hiding somewhere. Now, how many emails are your phone attached to? How many people are after you to bring you down? How much is carrying on your brain before you put it the toxic dopamine deceivers there? How much time do you have? Alcohol and pornography consume hours. They never happen quickly.
Okay.
If you sniff cocaine, it will affect you, but it takes only a short. Quickly, you go to the washroom and you do it. If you smoke cigarette, you must do it quickly in a smoking zone like a leprous person. You know, they have set smokers on like leprosy. You come do your weird thing here. Don't mix with people. That's the message with smoking. It's how terrible you are. Come do your thing here. Smoking, cocaine, and other habits and don't consume time.
Yeah.
But pornography and alcohol consume chunks, a whole night. All your extra time. And the more you grow, the more expensive they become because you are becoming higher value yourself per hour.
Yeah.
But alcohol adds another cost, high amounts of money. You can drink a whole investment.
True.
And then alcohol is so short. You're in a group. Pornography is many times secret, individual. But the worst thing in pornography is that it's happening within you and it's changing your soul to a different thing.
Yeah.
Remember, your soul is a magnetic receiver. Whatever you expose it to impresses upon it.
This is the Benjamin Zulu Global. Welcome our viewers from all over the world to the home of the Heartmans. We're converging to learn together because when you know better, you can do better. And a better life is what we all want. Better work life, better family life,